If you're familiar with Vivziepop, you'll obviously know her three biggest projects being Hazbin Hotel, Helluva Boss and Zoophobia. However, many people aren't aware of her lesser known projects that had to be cancelled due to a variety of reasons. I've delved into the history of her Allison project, however there was one even more obscure project that went by the name of Classic. In this video, I'm going to discuss the sudden disappearance of Vivziepop's project, Classic. The story starts back in June of 2017. On June 30th, Vivzie uploaded a video titled Big Update Moving plus Hazbin Hotel Pilot plus Classic. In the video, she revealed that she was moving to LA and provided some updates on the state of her projects. She said she's working on a pilot for Hazbin Hotel. She then continued by saying her other project, Allison, was being cancelled because it was too difficult to write due to the dark themes. And most importantly, she announced that she's working on a new project called Classic. Vivzie was quite vague in describing exactly what it is. However, she said it would be a homage to some of her favourite films of all time. She said Zoophobia fans would enjoy it since it features a bunch of anthropomorphic characters and would also be a musical. She revealed that two of the main characters were already casted by Broadway performers. Viv did say that the project is progressing slow because it's more professional. As a result, she said she was able to put more work into Hazbin since she doesn't have to deal with unionizing and studio-centric stuff like in Classic. So from that video, we know that Classic was one of Vivzie's two main projects at the time. It would be a musical about anthropomorphic characters and would feature professional Broadway voice talent. After this video, fans were obviously excited. The idea sounded promising and the thumbnail of the video featured one of the characters from the project on the right side. Around this time, Vivzie announced that she was looking to create a Kickstarter campaign for the musical short film. She ran into an issue, however, where people would cancel their Patreon subscription before the end of each month. This meant that Viv would lose on average around $500 per month, since people would subscribe to her Patreon, have to scroll through everything, and then get a full refund. This would obviously have a detrimental impact on Classic and Hazbin, since it would make budgeting the projects a bit of a nightmare. From this point onwards, things took a turn for the worse. There was radio silence from Viv regarding the project. There was no Kickstarter, no tweets, YouTube posts, live streams, or anything. There's a chance she may have said something, but from what I've gathered, the project was silently killed in the background. So things seemed pretty bleak. It looked like Viv had a promising project, but had to shelve it for an unknown reason. However, luckily for us, some information was revealed within the past year that gave us a clearer picture on what Classic was. In May 2023, one of Viv's past associates, Ken Draws, came out with a document detailing their experiences with her. I have a dedicated video on the topic if you'd like to give it a watch. But the most important thing is that Ken included many DMs with Vivzie. One of these DMs from April 2017 includes Viv asking Ken for help with her pitch bible for Classic. In these DMs, Viv reveals what the project is about. She said, "Classic is the story of Betsy, a determined, passionate, aspiring filmmaker, setting out to make the film she always dreamed of making. She enlists the help of her childhood friend Frankie, a talented performer who let the struggles of making it big discourage him from his dreams, as well as Calvin, an enthusiastic movie set friend, and a colourful cast of other characters. Betsy helps Frankie remember why he loves doing what he does, and the two inspire each other and others as they set out to make a film just for themselves. It is a film for creators, for performers, for artists, exploring the struggles that come with making your own work, getting yourself out there, keeping hold of your focus and passion. A reminder to do what you love, to never give up, to do things because you love to do them. I wanted to be a positive view of the industry, but an honest one, a homage to old school film and genres that people still have passion for, which will be fittingly told in 2D animation. This film will have a jazzy classical soundtrack and expressive energy, a relatable theme, and a positive message about working hard and following your passions, even if you don't always succeed." So we finally have an outline of what the project was about. It was a positive film featuring a colourful cast of characters. It would be centred around the film industry and have an upbeat message, something that stands in stark contrast to many of Viv's other projects. The film got its name Classic from the fact that it would feature a jazzy classical soundtrack. There was no other messages about Classic, unfortunately. However, we've received some new info in February. If you attend any event that Viv hosts a panel at, you can purchase a range of merch related to her projects, the most important being the art of Vivziepop Volume 1. This book contains a range of art pieces from Viv's oldest projects, such as Zoophobia, Allison, and of course Classic. Credit to Mercurial Missy for recording this footage of what's inside the book. So to start things off, we get to see the Classic logo. It has nice bold font and it reminds me of the original Hazbin Hotel logo. Underneath is a bunch of characters from the film. We see what appears to be two male fox characters. I'm pretty sure this is the same character twice, but just in a different outfit. There's two female characters. It's a little hard to tell what species they are, but I think one is a raccoon while the other is a fox. The last character is an alligator on the left. They're holding equipment related to the film industry and there's some skyscrapers in the background. On the second page we see an early animatic that depicts two characters talking beside some car doors. Underneath we see the same four characters again. Going off Viv's Discord message we can tell who's who. The female furry that's one across from the left is Betsy. Viv said she's an aspiring filmmaker and the protagonist of the film. On the left is Frankie, he's Betsy's friend and an inspiring filmmaker. The alligator/crocodile character is most likely Calvin, since Viv said he's an enthusiastic movie set friend, and the other image depicts him holding the camera. Unfortunately, we don't know the name of the character second from the right. Underneath we see Betsy at a movie set. This was the image used in Viv's thumbnail announcing the project. Betsy appears to be in Los Angeles. This image reminds me a lot of the Seeing Stars episode in Helluva Boss, since it took place in Los Angeles and spent loads of time around studio sets. I have a feeling Viv recycled some concepts from Classic and reused them in that episode. The rest of the book just contains images from Viv's other cancelled project Timber, which I'm going to make a dedicated video on next. So after looking through everything, we now know what Classic was, the basic story and the design of the characters in it. The last thing to discuss is why it was cancelled. Although we didn't receive any explanation from Viv herself, we can do a little theory crafting to deduce what happened. This is a shot in the dark, but personally I reckon that the project was cancelled due to Vivzi's other projects. From the release of Viv's original video announcement, she exclusively uploaded content related to Zoophobia and Hazbin Hotel. Eventually the Zoophobia content stopped once it was put into an indefinite hiatus, and Hazbin became the main focus of her channel. It's pretty clear to me that Viv was focusing on Hazbin, and as a result had to sideline her other projects. Viv herself admitted that the project was a little complicated since it had proper Broadway talent and was professional. As a result, it would require oversight from a union and would take a long time to record lines and get work done. We've seen firsthand with Helluva Boss that getting professional voice talent is a bit of a nightmare and largely isn't worth the hassle. This was visible with Norman Reedus having to be replaced in season 2, and Kesha's songs getting remade and the long legal issues causing episode 8 to be delayed by 2 years. There's also a chance that Viv pitched the concept to other talent and they turned it down, leaving the project in limbo. One thing which I personally think could have impacted the project was the niche topic. Although the overall concept seemed really heartwarming and upbeat, the fact is that not many people would be interested in a short about the filmmaking industry. The thing about Helluva Boss and Hazbin Hotel is that they have a cast of marketable characters with a vibrant setting. I don't think Los Angeles can really compare to the entirety of Hell. So at least in my eyes, I reckon writing scripts about such a niche area was difficult for Viv. The Zoophobia short in 2020 reminds me of Classic. It too features a cast of anthropomorphic characters in a vibrant, upbeat world. It also features 3 songs, something which wasn't present in the original Zoophobia webcomic. In my opinion, I think Viv scrapped Classic and then took the ideas from it to implement them in Zoophobia and Helluva Boss. So that's the story of Classic. It went from a promising short film to being lost to media within a short period of time. Personally, I feel a little sad that the project was shelved, but I can understand why it was done. Viv was very busy with Hazbin at the time, and it's impossible to know what other behind-the-scenes issues could have delayed the development of Classic. It was a bit refreshing to discuss one of Viv's projects that didn't involve some sort of drama or controversy. I'm going to start work on a video about Viv's last missing project, Timber. It's something that's been highly requested for a while, so I'm excited to get around to making it. Before I go, my Discord server is approaching 15,000 members, so as a celebration we're going to give away a year's worth of Discord Nitro to one user. So if you'd like to enter, feel free to click the link in the description or pinned comment down below. Thanks for watching.